That's first and last drive, excellent. All the other drives, not so good. Drew?
That's funny.
Did you like what you saw from Brock? Buckle up.
Look, the 2 interceptions were bad. Those were terrible throws, obviously. I'm not giving misdirection.
God, well then why are we doing it?
He might be.
No.
I'm not giving it.
The moxie, though.
Bro.
I love what I saw. I wouldn't say I love what I saw, but it was, I liked.
You didn't love it?
I thought Brock had
liked
it.
it.
This
I
is
was
not
Give
the
the
same.
people what they want.
this is
I
what
gotta
we-
keep you
Bro,
guessing.
just
I'm not predictable.
did you like what I saw-
I'm never
what you
gonna
saw
be
from Brock?
predictable on this.
Gosh.
All right, that's how I get you all the time.
That's true.
Yeah, you can't become predictable. You never know where I'm going.
Right.
But look, I was pleased with what Brock did. Again, the interceptions were bad. The first drive, I'm glad you mentioned that because on the
Straight
meet,
down
Nick
the
was like,
field.
he was bad for 55 minutes. I was like, that
No,
first drive, he
you're
looked
right.
phenomenal. 6 or 7
He was bad for the
touchdowns,
middle
66 yards.
50.
Yeah, but again, and you talked about missing Worthy. George Kittle gets hurt. Jawan Jennings gets hurt. They got no run game. McCaffrey rushed for 60-something yards. They averaged as a team, including McCaffrey, 3.3 yards per rush. It was all on Purdy's shoulders. And again, that last throw, look, it was kind of fortunate
thank
for
you for
sure.
being
But
honest.
he extended the play with his legs. And
Thank you for
And
being
thank you for being honest. If Patrick Mahomes made that play, he'd be praising that it was the greatest passer we've ever seen in the history of the universe. It's just unbelievable. And he is a gunslinger kind, like he's going to have some interceptions, but his guts and I liked it. I mean, and look, you're in hostile. You have to be kidding. You are in a hostile environment, and he's never a division foe, a team with a really good defense. I can't believe that. I'm completed. I'm cool. Like, I just have to be fair, and I have to begrudgingly be like, listen, he was awesome when it mattered, and they got the win, and you want to see come back. No, you forgot about, you guys. I don't move the goalpost. And so, like, Brew doesn't care that his passer rating wasn't very high. 92 is actually higher than 149 in the first, but it was higher than Mahomes. I know. And we said Mahomes didn't play that well. Exactly. He was 18th in the NFL. I actually thought Mahomes played fairly well, but it doesn't matter because he executed the game-winning drive. Now that last pass, I watch it every time, and I'm like, obviously that's going to be picked or at least knocked. Great throw, great placement, but it wasn't just knock it down. You mentioned Josh Allen on the touchdown to Keon Coleman was a bad. But the touchdown to Keon Coleman for Josh Allen was not the only reason we're saying he had a great game. If this is picked, we are saying Purdy lost him the game. Then he has 3 picks. They score 10 points, or sure, Jake Moody. And Greg Rosenthal, who does a great job for the NFL and NFL Daily, said Brock Purdy throws a very interceptable ball. And then he said he goes, and that just means catchable. But catchable because he's like anybody, like, you know what I mean? He takes chances and he doesn't throw the ton of zip. With all that said, if your guy Darnold doesn't fumble off his own guy's butt without being hit by a defender, that was for naught because, oh my God, just stop, man, just stop. First off, Bosa obviously pushed him into it, and it was an unfortunate. I mean, it was a good defensive play. Like, just stop. Now you're trying to pretend like Sam Darnold had his helmet on backwards and was like, which way do I throw the ball? Is this basketball or soccer right now? I mean, oh my God, man, just stop. This was a typical week 1 weird, ugly, gritty divisional win. Hardly perfect, hardly great, hardly amazing. Definitely plenty to clean up. Dealing with a ton of injuries, right? That throw into someone who Nick said was not good in Ricky Pierce-Hall. Jennings out, KD out, right? Christian McCaffrey kind of like, what's the story with you? You know, are you playing? Are you not playing? Can we run the ball? Can we not run the ball? How much can we rely on you? My field goal kicker can't make a kick. Like, come on, man. Just come on. It's just, you talk about moving the goalposts. And yeah, again, that throw, because I am consistent. It was both nice and both not so nice, right? In terms of the game-winning throw, right? Like I I want to see better play out of Brock Purdy, but that's because I already believe Brock Purdy to be a great quarterback and a winning quarterback, and someone who can actually, lead his team to many, many, many victories, as he's already proven to be able to do. And I in my herd clip, I said that those 2 interceptions were just bad decisions and bad throws. I know Shanahan tried to kind of defend it and clean up, but that's what a good coaches do. What is he going to say? Yeah, Brock Purdy made bad decision, bad throws. Like, no, of course not. So like you want to see that cleaned up, obviously. And there's just so many countless times that we see a Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, definitely that throw up these balls that you're like, this should be intercepted, and it doesn't. And everyone praises them for their amazing throws and their amazing playmaking, and H, just the trust that he has, and blah, 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 blah. H, who else would make that throw and get away? And it's just like, enough, man, enough. If you're going to call out that throw as being fortunate, then you can call out this throw as being fortunate. But if you're going to praise one quarterback for doing said thing, then you better praise the other quarterback for doing said thing. That's just the reality, man. That's just the reality. Patrick Mahomes had multiple balls that could have been intercepted on Friday, just the way it goes. So this was a tough week, 1 win. I think the Seattle Seahawks have a great defense. To me, what was really impressive was Robert Saleh and the 49ers defense. And all last year, we saw Patrick Mahomes have some really bad games and really questionable moments and turn the ball over a lot, and they were still able to win because their defense was able to hold teams to not a lot of points. Here we go. I mean, like, you want to talk about a game-winning drive now here and say, well, the story would be all for not in that rock party actually lost them the game. You know how many games we could have said that about Patrick Mahomes last season? How many games that he played just objectively bad, but then getting bailed out by either the defense or, just a bad defensive play on from the opposing team, like, whatever it may be, a fumbled snap, a blocked field, whatever it is. So come on, man, talk about moving the goalpost. And that's why it is good to be consistent, because then it's like I feel more comfortable speaking reality, speaking to the reality of the moment, because it's just like if I'm praising, let's say, Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson, and they get away with a really bad throw or bad play, it's just like, nah, that was definitely lucky. And we have to admit that, right? It's like I'm okay saying that, because I'll say it too about a player that I'm criticizing. If I'm like, Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield had 4 turnover-worthy plays. People think that I hate Baker, which I don't. But like, he had 4 objectively bad throws that easily could have been picked off. Not to mention also a couple other plays where he just completely missed his receiver, and you're just like, I mean, like, that's 6 bad throws. It's okay to acknowledge that. And same thing, like if like I said, if a Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson or any of these other quarterbacks that people think that I'm more favorable to make those bad throws, and it's like, okay, like we can talk about it. That's why it's just like, as long as you just stick to reality, you're in a safe zone. You're in a safe zone here. But this game ahead always had the chance for it to get weird, ugly, especially with the injuries piling up. I mean, it's not hard to imagine that if just KD was there, that they would attack. And don't get me wrong, Christian McCaffrey is obviously a really, really important piece, but it's just different, right? I mean, it's just different when you have to actually really work all over the field. Christian McCaffrey is a very specific player, and no doubt elevates and helps a Brock Purdy in that 49ers offense. But it's just like you obviously need more than that, right? And the reality is that Brock Purdy finally got some defensive support here, and he was able to win, was allowed to, come away with the win. And like I said, you want to see him obviously cut down those interceptions, bad decisions, bad throw. But you know, we'll just have to see how the rest of this shakes out. This division, I think, is going to be a lot more contentious, because I just think there's going to be I feel that there's going to be a handful of these weirder, uglier divisional games. Honestly, I think that's totally on the, you know, in the cards here. So it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Brock Purdy and the 49ers did? You like what you saw from Perrier? Do you think he deserves credit? Do you think it was a bad throw? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So you agree with me or disagree with me? Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next. You